From the world's southernmost and northernmost airports to terminals with cozy log fires and freshly cooked lobster to take away, we highlight some of the coolest and quirkiest lesser-known airports around the world. Baku Heydar Aliyev International Airport, Azerbaijan. With its futuristic design, the new international terminal at the airport just outside of Azerbaijan's capital Baku is a pretty cool space to find yourself in transit. Designed by Turkish architect Studio Otoban in 2015, the triangular building features glass bubbles that lead into a check-in area scattered with trees and full of natural light. The striking wooden cocoons on the top floor of the terminal are one of its many distinctive design features. The spacious structures house cafes, bars, shopping kiosks, a children's play area and luggage storage space among other things. Baku Heydar Aliyev International Airport, the busiest airport in the country in the Caucasus, is the home base for national carrier Azerbaijan Airlines and was ranked 77 in Skytrax's list of the world's top 100 airports in 2018. Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport, Montana, United States. Unless you've flown in to visit Yellowstone National Park, it's unlikely you'll be familiar with this small airport in Montana's Gallatin County. But with direct flights to 16 cities in the U.S., it's actually the state's busiest airport, handling 1.34 million passengers in 2018. It prides itself on providing a year-round service for two of Yellowstone National Park's entrances as well as some of Montana's ski resorts. Its cozy interior will certainly get you in the mood for exploring the rugged county's flora and fauna with its natural wood and stone design. In fact, you'll feel like you're in a log cabin. There are wooden animal sculptures and a crackling open fire in winter. Pull up a pew and warm up as you stare out at the snow-capped mountains in the distance. There are lots of local works of art on display throughout the terminal, chosen to represent the character of Southwest Montana. Carrasco International Airport, Uruguay. The largest airport in Uruguay, 11 miles east of capital Montevideo, was given a shiny new facelift by Uruguayan-born architect Rafael Vinali in 2009 and still looks pretty snazzy 10 years on. One of its best features is the landscape terrace on the second floor, where you can while away the hours gazing at the runway or public concourse. The terminal was designed to let in lots of natural light and has a distinctive 1,200-foot curved roof, reminiscent of the rolling dunes along Uruguay's coastline. Carrasco has connections to the US, Spain, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Colombia, Panama and Paraguay. Chattanooga Airport, Tennessee, United States. With the promise of no queues and non-stop flights to Atlanta, Chicago, Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, Orlando, Tampa, New York City and Washington, D.C., the small airport near downtown Chattanooga in southeastern Tennessee is a smart choice. But it's also blazing the way for sustainable travel. It's on track to become the first airport in the U.S. to run fully on solar power this year. Chattanooga's terminal was the first in the world to earn a LEED Platinum rating, a green building certification system, and its on-site solar farm currently generates 85% of its energy requirements. This year the solar farm, which is located on the southwest corner of the airfield, will allow the airport to become entirely energy self-sufficient and carbon neutral. Fresno Yosemite International Airport, California, United States. In case you were in any doubt as to where in the world you are, the life-size, replica sequoia forest in the central lobby of Fresno Yosemite International Airport should help you out. As the gateway airport to California's Yosemite, Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, the airport's leafy installation certainly gets you in the mood for exploring the region's bountiful natural beauty. The giant trunks appear to grow through the roof of the building. The airport in California's Central Valley has flights to Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Portland, Salt Lake City, San Diego, San Francisco, Seattle, and Guadalajara and Morelia in Mexico. It also entertains passengers with regular art at the airport exhibitions that feature the work of local artists. Gisborne Airport, New Zealand. No, you are not imaging it. That is a train you see chugging across the runway of this little regional airport in New Zealand. In fact, it's the Palmerston North Gisborne line, which crosses straight through Gisborne Airport on the east coast of the North Island, making it the only airport in the southern hemisphere that has a railway line crossing the main runway. Air New Zealand operates direct flights here from Wellington and Auckland. Haikou Meilan International Airport, China. The largest airport in China's Hainan province, an island that lies 14 miles off the mainland in the South China Sea, was the first Skytrax 5-star regional airport in China and was rated number 35 on Skytrax's list of the world's top 100 airports in 2018. It primarily operates domestic routes to cities across China, as well as routes around Southeast Asia such as Bangkok and Singapore. A snazzy new terminal is set to open in 2020. One of the reasons why the airport achieved its 5-star rating was its excellent facilities as well as high-end shopping. One of the highlights is the food on offer here. If you're in transit and craving some Hainanese specialities, you're in luck. The airport's restaurants serve all sorts of local delicacies including wenchang chicken, a dish using hens whose skin has turned yellow from eating banyan seeds. Halifax Stanfield International Airport, Canada. In at number 77 on Skytrax's list of the world's top 100 airports, this international transit hub in Nova Scotia might be small but it welcomed 4.3 million passengers in 2018. It's Canada's 8th busiest airport and the main hub for Air Canada Express. Nova Scotia is renowned for its lobster, but if you didn't manage to snap some up while you were there, don't worry. The airport has its own seafood shop, Clearwater Seafoods, that sells local catch including live and cooked lobsters. They'll package it for you ready to travel, and if you're in a rush you can even have your order packed up and brought to you after you go through security. Now that service. Hollywood Burbank Airport, California, United States. Formerly known as Bob Hope Airport and renamed Hollywood Burbank Airport in 2017, the terminal on North Hollywood Way in Burbank is just 17 miles away from downtown Los Angeles. Served by 6 commercial airlines: Alaska, American, Delta, JetBlue, Southwest and United, it is far less busy than Los Angeles International Airport, serving 4.7 million passengers annually compared with over 87,534,300 at Los Angeles International Airport. The airport, which is also close to the city of Pasadena, is reportedly one of a few smaller airports in line for new budget airline Moxie, which is being launched by JetBlue founder David Neeleman, due to its proximity to Los Angeles and lower passenger numbers. As of April 2019, American Airlines will fly non-stop from Burbank to Dallas-Fort Worth, Delta will fly non-stop to Atlanta from July, and Southwest will launch a non-stop service to Nashville in June. José Joaquín de Olmedo International Airport, Ecuador. Named after former president and poet José Joaquín de Olmedo, whose image presides over the entrance, the airport in Ecuador's largest city Guayaquil, was rated the best regional airport in South America in the Skytrax World Airport Awards 2014 and ranked 70 in Skytrax's list of the world's top 100 airports in 2018. Most airports tend to be concrete jungles, but not Guayaquil's verdant building, which brings some of Ecuador's lush flora to passengers in transit. The terminal has a tranquil botanical garden area, complete with trickling water features, pools full of fish, and a variety of native plants and flowers. It's a zen place to get in the zone before a long-haul flight. Rancho Iirausquin Airport, Sabah. The tiny airport on the little Caribbean island of Sabah is notorious for its scary runway. At only 400 meters long, it's the world's shortest commercial runway. Not only that, but the airstrip is flanked by precipitous cliff drops at both ends. However, those that dare board a helicopter or turboprop planes, the only aircraft allowed to land here, from Sister Isle Street Martin, will be wowed with incredible views of the volcanic island that rises out of the startlingly blue Caribbean Sea. The flight is only 12 minutes, but they will be some of the most memorable of your life. Ometepe Airport, Nicaragua. With the looming cone-shaped Concepcion volcano at the end of its runway, this tiny airport on Ometepe Island in Lake Nicaragua also has a pretty spectacular setting. The airport opened on the island, which is the largest in the lake, in 2014 as tourists visit to enjoy its beaches and follow trails around its volcanoes. Passengers arrive on a 20-minute flight from Managua to the mile-long airstrip, which is currently only served by Nicaragua's national carrier La Costina twice a week. Ometepe is made of two volcanoes, the active Concepcion and the extinct Maderas, which dominates the southern side. The latter is swathed in a cloud forest with a lake deep in its crater. Baywater Airport, Sydney, Australia. Where else but Sydney could you graze on a platter of oysters or sink your teeth into a mango pavlova, cocktail in hand, before boarding a flight? The Rose Baywater Airport in the city's affluent eastern suburbs is where Sydney seaplanes depart for their scenic flights over Sydney Harbour and up to Palm Beach in the north. The Empire Lounge, which opened in 2017, is a fantastic waterside cocktail bar and restaurant that doubles as the terminal. It's also popular with non-passengers who enjoy a drink as they watch the seaplanes come and go. You can also browse the little museum before boarding your plane. It charts the history of the city's flying boats, which first took to the skies here in 1938, including the role they played in the Second World War. Svalbard Airport, Norway. Surrounded by the icy wilderness of the Svalbard archipelago, this airport is the northernmost commercial airport in the world. Building a runway here was no mean feat. It was constructed on a layer of permafrost and fluctuating temperatures meant frequent repaving was needed. However, insulation has been added to keep the runway stable. Most people arrive on this remote airstrip in Longyearbyen on direct flights from Oslo and Tromsø to go polar bear spotting. They outnumber humans on these far-flung islands that lie between Norway and the North Pole. Their Arctic expedition gets off to a promising start as visitors spy a gigantic stuffed polar bear prowling around the baggage carousel in the arrivals area. Queen Tamar Airport, Georgia. This avant-garde airport near the medieval UNESCO World Heritage town of Mestia might be small, but it's certainly memorable. It was designed by architect Jürgen Mayer, who was inspired by the ancient watchtowers of Mestia. The monochrome airport, which opened in 2010 and connects the remote region with capital Tbilisi, is named after Queen Tamar of Georgia, who ruled the country from 1184 to 1213. Short flight from Tbilisi to Mestia, in the upper Svaneti region in the northwest of Georgia, takes passengers over some of the country's most incredible mountain scenery and medieval villages. Keep a watch out and you'll likely spot some of the old stone watchtowers that are typical of the region and which inspired the airport's design. Ushuaia International Airport, Argentina is the southernmost international airport in the world, serving the southernmost city in the world. Ushuaia International Airport is a pretty special place. The airport sits right by the Beagle Channel, the strait in the Tierra del Fuego archipelago at the southern tip of South America. From the air, the simple but striking timber frame terminal building blends in seamlessly with its dramatic surrounds. Its facilities might not be anything to write home about, but it's all about the setting. Arriving into Ushuaia by plane will give you a taster of the breathtaking views that are yet to come as you explore the spectacular part of Argentina's Patagonia or hop on a cruise over to the Falkland Islands or the Antarctic.